Hey everybody, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. So, I've just come to talk to you about a subject called joy, which sometimes it's hard to talk about joy, even though you've experienced it, when you're just not feeling the joy. So, that's what brings me to the part of reminding me to get into my word so that I feel the joy of the Lord. When God tells us in the Bible, He says to renew your mind daily. So if we don't renew our minds daily to remind us, of even sometimes just to have joy, we're not going to really be able to find it until we seek Him first. So one of the things it talks in the Bible is about diligently seeking God. God is a very, very wonderful gentleman. And as a gentleman, he wants you to seek him. When you seek him, he will give that joy to you. In his word, it even talks about, it says, but without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is. So we have to believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. That's Hebrews 11 verse 6. Sorry. So I've been just today just trying to bring it into my spirit, that spirit of joy. I remember about a week ago, I was really, really feeling the joy of the Lord. And I was just getting up in the morning and talking to him and seeking him. And then I have those days where get up late, you got to go, and you just don't do it. And then I just get away from that joy that he gives me. And so I'm here to remind you that get up and seek him daily and diligently. God rewards us for diligently seeking him because he likes to be sought. He loves for you to seek him and talk to him and build a relationship with him. Honestly, we can't find that joy in this world because you're just not going to find it. You might have little things here and there, but without him, you truly will not find that joy that you need. There are a few verses that I found that talk about joy. One is in Nehemiah 8:10. It says, the joy of the Lord is your strength. So the joy of the Lord is your strength. So if you seek him first, you get your strength from him. The next one it says is Psalms 16:11. You make known to me the path of your life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. Wow. As I read each word from the Bible, I feel God's love and his joy in his word. If you try it, I promise you, keep reading, and you will feel it. It says, another one is Philippians 4:4. It says, rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I will say, rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord. That means praise him, glorify his name, love on him, and he will love on you back. Romans 12:12. It says, rejoice in hope. Be patient in tribulations. Be constant in prayer. Wow. This is seeking him in patience during trials of the world and constantly in prayer with the Lord for things to get better. 1 Peter 1:18. Though you have not seen him, you love him. Though you do not now see him, you believe in him and rejoice with joy that is inexpressible and filled with glory. Wow. It's important to seek him, rejoice in him, pray to him, talk to him, build a relationship. As you build that relationship, I want to tell you that God will give you little nuggets. I remember the other day my pastor was talking about this, and I just been talking about this to my husband before, that the Lord has started to give me these little nuggets. Back in 2023, I was trying to find a home, and I have my home now, but I was just diligently seeking him. I was fasting. No, I didn't fast all day. I did intermittent fasting. And as I was diligently seeking him, because I loved him, but also I was like, hey God, I want a house. I want a home. Help me find it. I wanted to build my relationship, but I also wanted a home. So I started to seek God diligently, but I did seek him with my heart. Because when you seek God with your heart truly, because God sees your heart, he gives you these little nuggets. And as I was seeking him during that year, I got little nuggets. First thing I got was a peacock. So I started walking down the road and seeking God. Oh, wait, he showed me a turtle first. I was like, oh, I found joy. And it's a big turtle, and it was cute, and I took a picture of it. And then next thing I know is he sent me a peacock. He did this to me twice. I was like, ooh, I love those little things God sends me. He knows how much I love nature and how much I just enjoy taking pictures of animals and just wildflowers and stuff like that. And then he sent me this little bird. It was really a fat little bird. I forgot what it was called, but I've never seen one before. And I took a picture of that. I posted those a couple years ago on Facebook. These are just little things that just amaze me. And those were little nuggets that he sent me. And then here recently, I've just really been, seeking God and trying to just feel his presence. And I watched a video on a lady telling me that she says, I went outside and I asked God, I said, how long will you tarry? I was like, okay, what does that mean? How long will you tarry? But she says, as I said that, she saw a falling star go down, just down way. It's like, wow. She's like, I want to see that again. And she did it again, and she saw it again. So I was like, wow, I want that to happen for me. So at that time, I was just really seeking to find joy in life. And I went outside and I said, God, I want to see that. I said, how long will you tarry? Nothing happened. I did it again. I said, wait a minute. I think I saw something. I wasn't sure. I said, God, can you do it again? I was like, can you do it again? Like a little kid. And when I said, how long will you tarry? And then, shoo, there went a falling star. I was like, oh, my God, my God. Just talking about this, it brings me joy. That day and the next day, I was so full of just this happiness and joy within me that God had put in my heart, that people were asking me, oh, you sure are happy? I was like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. And so we have to take those days that God gives us, those little nuggets, and we have to remember those days when things are not always, the days are not full of joy. So remember, if you seek God diligently, put Him first, read the Word, God will send you those little nuggets. Keep seeking, keep loving Him, keep reading His Word. God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.